The African child is the future of Africa.
We remember that promoting child's rights is not a social responsibility, but it is our Christian duty, rooted in the belief that every child is God's beloved creation.
The Association of Sisterhoods of Kenya through Justice, Peace and Integrity of Creation marked the Day of the African Child on 13th June, bringing together hundreds of students, educators, people living with disabilities, opinion shapers, community members, leaders and partners in a vibrant commemoration centered on this year's theme, ensuring universal access to water, sanitation and hygiene for every child in Africa.
Most of the children here are at, if we can gauge that to be time of the day, they are at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., some of us at 4 p.m., 6 p.m., we are almost setting. And therefore, when we see these kids in uniform, we see the future of Africa.
The day began with a holy mass, providing an opportunity for reflection on the dignity, rights and well-being of every child. Following the mass, participants took part in a public awareness campaign. They carried placards and banners with messages on child rights, water, sanitation and hygiene.
And today being the day of the African child, one of the important things is water. Water is very useful in our lives. We can brainstorm some of the uses of water. What are some of the uses of water? How do we use water in short? For drinking, yes.
The children led a sensitization exercise that engaged residents for close to 40 minutes, calling on the community to play its role in creating a safe and healthy environment for children. The celebrations then continued with a series of presentations, speeches and performances designed to deepen understanding of the day's theme. Through poems, songs, skits and drama, the children demonstrated a remarkable understanding of the issues surrounding access to water, sanitation and hygiene.
The Day of the African Child is commemorated every year on 16 June to honor the courage and sacrifice of African children who fought for their rights for education.
We are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching. We are marching in the light of God.
Work right to trade, right to all property, right to fair wages, right to be loved.
Performances not only entertained but also educated, breaking down complex issues into messages that resonated with the audience. People living with disabilities were also given a platform to share their experiences and challenges, particularly regarding access to essential services.
The girl fetches the water, gets back to the home, and they use it for cooking, not knowing that the water is polluted. In the end, you'll find that the girl and their mother are affected by different waterborne diseases, such as, I've mentioned them, such as Lazia, cholera, and typhoid, and the last one, dysentery. Give yourself a clap.
Their participation reinforced the importance of inclusion and ensuring that no child is left behind in the pursuit of development and equal opportunities.
We have heard of those rights which are related to children, right to education, right to survival, to acquire the basic needs. That is it. So basic needs. Nikiangalia kila mmoja wenu hapa, naona you are very healthy because these basic needs have been acquired. Are we together? By your parents, not you. By your parents. So, ukirudi huko nyumbani, endo kaambia wazazi, asanteni sana kwa kututunza, tukapata kila kitu ambacho tunahitaji katika maisha yetu. Tuko pamoja? Yes. But I love this right of education. Mwanafunzi ambaye ameenda kwa masomo na akaachia katikati, I usually compare him or her like ile takataka tunaenda kutupa kule kwa compost pit. Si ndio?
Throughout the event, participants benefited from teachings focused on the importance of water, sanitation and hygiene, and the critical role communities play in maintaining environments where children can grow, learn and thrive. Speakers emphasized that safeguarding the rights of children requires collective action from families, schools, leaders and society at large. Drawing inspiration from the courage of the children of Soweto in South Africa, who stood up against discrimination and injustice in 1976, today's African child was encouraged to speak out against injustices affecting their communities.
We acknowledge every child has rights, and at the same time, having rights, we are responsible.
We are here today to celebrate the Day of the African Child. And from what we've heard from the history of the Day of the African Child, the OAU decided that this day should be celebrated because of what happened in South Africa in the year 1976. So we are here today to celebrate you, the African child, and feel much appreciated for participating today.
The core business here is to enlighten you on your rights as a child.
So let us continue embracing and also educating the others who are not here on children's rights. Because in the past, or some years ago, children never knew their rights. Actually, we, during our times when we were in school, we never knew our rights. And maybe some things happened and we could not tell what we are supposed to do or where we are supposed to report. So now that you know and you are learning, you are better placed. So can you pass the same message to the others in the schools when you go back?
We were trained and given that mandate to help you learners, to help also the teachers to know human rights. When we talk of human rights, everybody has a right. Everybody has a...
The children were reminded that their voices matter and that they have a role to play in shaping a more just and inclusive society.
So mmetuambia your rights and what and what and what. Lakini kuna kitu kimoja mmesahau. Nini hiyo? Responsibility. Rights come with rights zinaitwaje kwa Kiswahili? Haki zinakuja pia na nini? Majukumu.
With attention also given to the recent unrest experienced in schools across Kenya, students were encouraged to pursue peaceful dialogue and responsible engagement when addressing their concerns.
And we are saying that we work tirelessly. I know when I say we work tirelessly, most of you will not want me to talk again. Because the children of nowadays, we are very lazy. We are raising a generation that is actually questionable because they are very lazy, and that is why they resort to banning schools instead of proper communication. But hatupaswi kuchoma. Kuchoma shule is not a solution to the problems that we could be having.
A strong message echoed throughout the day. Rights come with responsibilities, and responsible citizenship begins with individual choices and actions.
We are very proud to say wherever our teachers work and where they are, they have tried to do this. Kitu kimoja sister amesahau kuambia, katika hizo mashule zenye zina walimu wetu, tuna what we call peace clubs. Peace clubs. Mmesikia? Huku zipo. Shule gani na peace clubs? Environment club. Environment club. Okay, mkirudi shuleni, mwende mkaulize mwalimu, tunaweza kuanza hicho kikundi. Ni kikundi kinatusaidia sisi wanafunzi kuelewa majukumu yetu pia. Kwa hivyo ningewapongeza sana watoto wa 0017, county 0017, kwa vile mmeelewa kazi zenu na mnafanya kazi zenu. Singependa kuongea sana, ninaongeanga sana, lakini ningependa niwaulize, sisi tukitoka hapa Jumamosi ijayo tunaenda kukutana na watoto wa Nakuru County. Mnataka tuwakaambie nini?
The event showcased the power of collaboration, attracting support from the local community, business people, union leadership, political leaders, national leaders and other partners committed to advancing the rights and well-being of children. Elsewhere in Nakuru, schools convened on June 20th to mark the Day of the African Child in a celebration that brought together children, parents, teachers, government officials, religious women and men in a united call to protect and promote the rights of every child.
Sasa tunawauliza, mbona sisi hatupewi? Mimi mtoto wa Afrika nacheka kwa furaha nikitumia maji safi kupata nafuu tele. Mwili wangu hung'ara kujaa nguvu na raha. Mtoto wa Afrika tuishi kwa fahari.
The commemoration was a joint collaboration between the Association of Sisterhoods of Kenya, through the Justice, Peace and Integrity of Creation program, and Catholic Care for Children in Kenya.
We are deeply thankful to two programs from AOSK, Justice, Peace and Integrity of Creation, and Catholic Care for Children in Kenya, for their generous financial support, which made this year's Day of the African Child celebration a great success. Your contribution enabled us to promote the theme, ensuring universal access to water, sanitation and hygiene for children in Africa, and inspire our learners to become responsible and informed citizens. We also appreciate the AOSK human rights teachers present for their dedication to mentoring and empowering our learners in the values of peace, justice and human dignity. Specifically,
I am an African child, happy, strong and free. I love my home and family. They mean the world to me. I wake up every morning, ready to learn and play. I care for all my friends, wherever they may roam. I respect my elders and help with chores at home. I dream of a bright future with kindness as my guide. I am an African child with hope and joy inside. An African child poem has just been presented by Mercy Delight from Mother Kevin Junior School. Thank you.
Held at Mother Kevin Primary and Junior School, the event was anchored on this year's theme. The celebration provided children with a platform to speak for themselves. Through songs, poems, presentations and creative performances, they demonstrated how inadequate access to clean water, proper sanitation and hygiene continues to deny many children opportunities to learn, grow and live with dignity.
Brian is sweeping. Brian is asleep on a perch, slowly glowing like a tractor. Hi, I need to solve something. Brian, I'm going to shule. Nadhani nitaenda sana na nalala. Shule imeanza 10 minutes baada ya hapo. Mama hukuniamsha jana. Nilikuacha kwa harakisha uende shule.
Their voices served as a reminder that access to these essential services is not a privilege, but a fundamental right. Drawing inspiration from the day's homily, participants were reminded that every child is created in the image and likeness of God and deserves to grow in an environment of love, dignity and hope.
Can you turn to your neighbor and tell your neighbor you are created in the image and likeness of God? Is that person smiling or is it ama amekula sura ya ndimu?
The message resonated throughout the gathering, reinforcing that protecting children is not only a legal obligation but also a moral responsibility shared by every member of society.
We remember that promoting child's rights is not a social responsibility, but it is our Christian duty, rooted in the belief that every child is God's beloved creation.
Children from Holy Family Children's Home, a charitable children's institution, also participated in the celebration, adding their voices to the conversation on inclusion, care and protection.
Children here from Holy Family Children. So, our end is that by the end of the day, we get them a family. A family where they will be living in. A family that will make sure they thrive, and a family that is safe. So before you have a group that is very special to us, we hope as the years continue, we get them a parent, a mother, and a father. So let us remember that we always be grateful to our parents, right? And the theme of today is among the rights that children are supposed to enjoy. And one of the rights for them to have a loving and caring family. And my hope is that by the end of the day, we should have partnership, that we should be visiting them, right? Yes.
Their presence underscored the importance of ensuring that every child, regardless of their circumstances, has an equal opportunity to realize their full potential.
Let us keep ourselves clean and tidy. Remembering washing are fundamental for every African child.
Parents were equally challenged to embrace their role as the first protectors and educators of their children by providing safe, supportive and nurturing environments.
The African child is precious. The African child is the greatest gift that God has given us, that God has given Africa, that God has given the world. Therefore, you should consider yourself as the greatest gift that we have.
Hamjambo wa heshima, wasikizi wenye dhima, twamshukuru Karima, wazazi baba na mama. Watoto ni yenu dhima, kuwalea kwa karama. Kenya tulinde watoto, tuseme ni bora kesho. Watoto wetu vijana, chini ya miaka 20, adui ni wengi sana, na wazazi hatuoni, hatuogopi mchana, usiku tuko makini. Kenya tulinde watoto, tuseme ni bora kesho.
Speakers called on families, schools, faith institutions, government and communities to work together in safeguarding the rights of children and creating spaces where they can flourish.
Article 53 establish another law called the Children's Act of 2022. Sema Children's Act of 2022. Children's Act of 2022. Sasa hiyo Children's Act of 2022 inaongelea about kila kitu, sheria zenye mtoto inafaa afate, vile mtoto inafaa alelewe, all the rights that children have. Na kuna kitu yenye nimependezwa na hii group yenye imepresent skits. Yes, we appreciate you know your rights. Actually, you have to be empowered about knowing your rights. But those rights come with duties and responsibilities. Ukisoma hiyo Children's Act of 2022, pia inawapea responsibility, si ndio?
As Africa continues to confront challenges affecting children, the celebration in Nakuru served as a powerful reminder that the future of the continent depends on how well it protects, nurtures and invests in its youngest generation.